Hi, this is Scott Jahn with iCaucus TV. We're in La Jolla, California tonight for a town hall forum with Councilman Carl DeMaio. Councilman Carl DeMaio, can you tell us about your town hall forum tonight?
Well, we are seeking input from residents on some reforms that we're proposing to fix the city's budget crisis, particularly in the area of reforming city employee pensions. What we are, in essence, proposing is that we ought to rethink city government comprehensively, start looking at benchmarking our costs against the private sector and the nonprofit sector, and really instill accountability and innovation in how we deliver services to our neighborhoods. We can balance the budget without tax and fee increases, without service cuts, if we hold government accountable for best performance.
Excellent, excellent. I've read over some of your plan. My question is, what kind of opposition are you getting to your plan so far, though?
I think the main opposition is from the powerful city employee labor unions. They like the pension benefits they're given. They like the salaries and other consideration that's in the labor contracts. And so what we're proposing is that labor costs, both salaries and benefits, should be no better and no worse than comparable compensation given in the private or nonprofit sectors. We really need to have this shift in how we run government and be more accountable with how we spend the taxpayers' money.
And what kind of support are you getting, especially in the city council? I went to your last town hall forum, and that's kind of an issue. Are the other city council members on board with this proposal so far?
I think definitely that the public pressure is forcing city council members to embrace these ideas and move closer to these ideas. I think ultimately if we have to make this an issue in the elections for city council in 2012, then that is what will ultimately get us to the votes we need to get the reform package implemented.
And along that line, so what can we as citizens San Diego, do to support, if we're all on board, if we get on board with your budget proposal, what can we do to force that issue so that this gets addressed?
Raise your voice. Write letters to the editor of the Union Tribune. Write letters, send emails, make phone calls into the city council offices, call the mayor. Really let your voice be heard, demand reform, and ultimately really ask questions in this upcoming election in 2012 to separate out people who have rhetoric from people who have real, concrete, accountable proposals for reform.
That sounds very good. Last question then. What's the realistic timeline for this to be able to be proposed to actually get into action coming up in this year, or when would we see something like this that it's a ballot measure, or how's it going to go forward?
All of the above. What we're doing is we're trying to get as many things done in the next 18 months, but ultimately we are going to put the pension reform element to a public vote, let the people decide, and then of course you have a new mayor and a new city council taking office in 2012. They need to hit the ground running and get reform done.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Carl DeMaio. This is Scott Jahn with iCaucus TV, the Citizens Network, in La Jolla tonight at the Town Hall Forum for the Budget Reform for San Diego.